Namaskaram. Welcome to the Snakemaster program. Our first trip today is in Thiruvananthapuram district of Kerala. The location comes after Kazhakoottam, Menakulam and Chittattumukku and lies on the way to Puthenthoppu near the hospital junction. There is a crucifix there. If you turn right from there, you will reach the household where the snake is. Yesterday evening, a call came saying that a snake was seen slithering into a burrow in the compound. I replied that if it had gone down there, we would have to dig through the soil to get it. And even then, it is not guaranteed. Then the caller said he would see what could be done. He later came over. The sea is very close by. He found an old fishing net that had washed ashore. He picked it up and covered the burrow. And this morning he called and said, "Brother, the snake has got entangled in the net." Where did you see it?
Right here.
Hi kid. Tata. Oh, there are so many children here. Hello there. Tata. Look here. We have already met 3 or 4 children here. See the children in their hands. Houses here seem to have a number of small children. This one is a Russell's viper, known locally as Chenathandan, Vattakura, Anali or Kannadi Viriyan. We always advise our viewers that this is a time to be cautious. It's the end of the Russell's viper birthing season, while it is also the hatching period for cobra eggs. Be alert and watchful. The number of bite incidents involving children is on the rise. So parents, please be careful. Do not allow children to play in areas like this. Don't let them go out alone. Always accompany them. Also, when children return from outside, check their hands and feet. Sometimes there might be bleeding. When children pick up something from the ground, there could be a snake hatchling hidden inside. If you see small dot-like marks, check the area. If it is warm, take them immediately to the nearest hospital or doctor where anti-venom is available. A blood test will confirm whether it was a snake bite or something else. Under no circumstances should you risk a child's life. Never assume there are no snakes around or that the injury was caused by a thorn prick. Now look at this snake caught in the net. It is a Russell's viper. By looking at its short tail, we can say it is a female. A female Russell's viper's tail will be shorter than that of a male. One more thing I can say, the snake has already given birth to its babies, but the babies may not be right at this location. We don't need to be scared of a cobra. It is not the same with a Russell's viper. We must fear and be alert when it comes to Russell's vipers. They can strike in any direction with great speed. Also, we can't rely too much on this net. Just because it is caught doesn't mean we are safe. If the net is tugged a little, it could tear easily. See, it is already coming apart. If this were a cobra or a crate, it could have escaped by now. Because this is a Russell's viper with its rough skin, the scales get stuck in the net, making it harder for it to wriggle out. The upper body is rough, however it is not too tightly entangled. Still, we need to gently cut it free and clean its body. What time did you call me yesterday? Around 4 or 4:30 in the evening. So in which burrow did you see the snake entering? This one?
Yes, this one.
And you put the net over it immediately?
Yes.
So when the caller rang me at 4 p.m. yesterday and said it had gone into the burrow, I said it might be hard to catch and that we may need to dig up the area. Then the caller came up with the idea of covering the burrow with a net. From our experience, we can determine its gender based on the tail length, and from the belly, we can confirm whether she has given birth. Her belly is flattened. That's a clear sign of a snake that has recently delivered. Even the shape of the head helps identify females. A smaller, narrower head usually indicates a female. You don't need deep studies to know this. If you handle snakes regularly, you will understand. You just need to observe the snakes you catch every day. You don't have to be a researcher or a scientist to tell this. That's enough. This snake has been caught in a small fishing net. I thought it was a strong one, but no, this is not strong at all. A snake caught in such nets can escape easily. The snake must have delivered about 30 babies. This mother appears to have given birth more than 10 days ago. But we haven't come across the babies anywhere nearby yet. So most likely she must have delivered somewhere else. Either along the seashore or near the Parvati-Puthanar canal bank. If the snake had been in this state for 2 or 3 hours more, she might have died. There is a small wound on her body. The work on the net is almost done. Anyway, in a second or so, she will recover. The net was tightly wrapped around her neck. It will take a minute or two for her to become active again. The worst entanglement was around her neck. What I want to tell the mothers standing here is, before you hang clothes out to dry or when you get up in the morning, just have a quick look around the house. See if there are any slither marks like this. It's possible to notice them. Madam, please pass me that bottle. Anyway, the best thing now is to safely put her in the bottle. We all know how dangerous the bite of a Russell's viper is. A viper's bite is no small matter. It can be very serious, and this snake is not too small either. Just look, so many children around here. There must be about 10 or 20 kids in this area. These children usually run around here, unaware of the hidden dangers posed by such snakes. But by God's grace, this man spotted it and nothing unfortunate happened. And due to his presence of mind, he covered the burrow with a net. That's how this highly venomous snake got trapped. She probably came out in search of food or to drink water after giving birth. I believe our viewers enjoyed this special guest. We have many more calls waiting. The Snakemaster team's next journey has brought us to a historical place in Thiruvananthapuram called Chemparanthi near the Gurukulam. Here there is a house where a mother lives alone, and one guest has slithered in and taken shelter under the stand where footwear is kept. We arrived here quickly. She's waiting for us. So without wasting any time, let's go and find out what kind of guest our mother saw. Was it a rat snake or a checkered keel bat? Anyway, she said a snake guest had gone under a shoe rack. Let's go and check on our guest. Greetings to you, mother. Hope you are happy and doing well. Wasn't it your son who called me? Oh, okay. Where did you say you saw it? Under that footwear stand? Was it big? Yes, a bit big, says the mother. Oh, it went into this and hasn't come out? You have been here since then? Anyway, the mother said it went inside this. Let's have a look and see what to do. We'll take a look and check. Since it is small, it could go and hide anywhere. A small snake will hide in anything dark. A shoe or even socks. There doesn't seem to be anything inside at first glance. Let's check. Mother, don't worry. Now I can hear a light hissing sound. Don't be scared. The sound is coming from inside. Can't see anything yet, but let me check the front side of the shoe. Oh God, it is here. Who would think a snake could hide inside a shoe like this? Let me open it up properly. Wonderful, it is a small snake. If a child pushes their foot into a shoe like this unknowingly, the snake could bite. Even I didn't notice it at first. I heard the hissing. A small snake, it must be less than 10 days old. Mother, has anyone told you about baby snakes being spotted anywhere around here? Yes, a snake this size has been seen climbing down the steps in a nearby house, says the mother. That means the mother cobra must have laid eggs somewhere nearby. There are several vacant plots here. A baby cobra was reportedly seen on the road too. Sometimes eggs hatch in burrows under compound walls. At first glance, I didn't notice anything inside the shoe. Only after untying the lace and listening carefully, I noticed the baby guest hiding at the tip. If a child inserts his foot in, the snake may bite in reflex. If this cobra bites, it may not cause death, but anti-venom will still be necessary. This is our little guest, just a baby cobra, but it is born with a hood. It has flared its hood because it is scared. Still, look how beautiful it is. Here we call it Nagam, the divine snake according to beliefs. But actually it is a baby Indian cobra. It is not more than 10 or 12 days old. Every year we find quite a few baby cobras. I have been hatching cobra eggs each year. So from that, I can tell how old this one is. Earlier today, we rescued a Russell's viper tangled in a net at Puthenthoppu. But this one is just a baby cobra, maybe only 15 inches long. If someone like me gets bitten, it is not too serious. But if a child is bitten, anti-venom must be given. Even though the snake doesn't intend to bite, it may bite out of fear. Yes, I have been bitten myself, but it hasn't affected me much. We have even read reports of people who have developed antibodies from over 200 bites. One such case was reported recently, not from Kerala or even India, but from abroad. That's something to reflect on. There may be people who make fun of those bitten by snakes, but it is not something to take lightly or joke about. There are people across Kerala and other parts of India who have been bitten by snakes. If we were to study their lives or even their blood samples, it could open the door to significant research. But sadly, that hasn't happened here in India, according to my knowledge. Whatever studies we read about in our books, almost all of them were conducted by foreigners or the British. That is something I always want to remind people. Anyway, let's move on. Yesterday, someone rang me after catching a baby snake and bottling it. This has been happening a lot recently. People catching baby snakes and putting them into buckets or bottles on their own. There is nothing wrong with that as such. They are later taken far away and released. Still, I always say children must be careful when wearing shoes. There have been many cases of people getting bitten by snakes hiding inside shoes. We have seen bites from crates, sand boas, and many other snakes. People have even been bitten by wall snakes, checkered keelbacks, baby cobras, and baby Russell's vipers. But many of these cases don't make it to the news unless the victim dies. So it is important to be cautious. Don't leave your shoes or other items directly on the floor. Keep them on a shelf or at some height. That way nothing will crawl in. Some snakes can't climb that high. Larger ones might, but at least we would spot them. But these tiny ones, you won't even notice them sneaking in. Now let's take a look at our dear little guest. This baby snake is just about 10 days old. As we know, when a baby cobra hatches, it doesn't go out in search of food right away. And the mother doesn't feed or care for them either. After about 6 or 7 days, the snakelet sheds its skin for the first time. After that, it begins moving away from the burrow in different directions. They don't move in groups and there is no communication between them. However, if one spots a frog along the way, it may follow it for a while. Then it will attempt to strike. If it misses, it will change direction and move on. Here is something unique. Among the baby snakes, the stronger ones sometimes prey on the weaker ones. We have seen that happen quite often. Sometimes when we catch baby snakes from different places, we notice their bellies are swollen. And when they vomit due to stress, we occasionally find they have eaten their own kind. That's what we call mutual predation. That's why I believe, judging by the size of this one, it is unlikely to be the only baby from that mother. She may have laid more than 18 eggs. And this is just one of the babies. The size of the babies usually depends on the size of the eggs and the mother's growth. That's how we see differences in the babies' sizes. I'm able to say all this because every year these eggs hatch at my home. I have observed and learned from them closely. Now they will need around 3 years to reach mating maturity. Until then, they just wander about. If spotted by people, they might be killed. If caught by a predator like a mongoose, they will be eaten. Here is our beautiful baby snake. Recently, when I collected baby cobras from a burrow in a place called Ayur, I found 9 of them. One of them had a stunning golden shade, a silvery golden mix. It was truly a gem. Anyway, let's not waste time. Mother, could you hand me the bottle? This one is a tiny guest. We are going to secure it inside the bottle now. It is in. That brings us to the end of today's mission, rescuing a young Russell's viper stranded in a fishing net and this little cobra found inside a shoe. We hope our viewers enjoyed this double rescue. We will see you again in the next episode with new guests, new stories and new surprises. Until then, heartfelt thanks and namaste from all 3 of us.